Well, running away is one thing. Flying away is another. A California teen managed San Jose Airport, hugging the landing gear for a trek across the ocean to Hawaii. He survived the trip in some of the harshest conditions a human can take. Well, not only did he make it through freezing temps, he likely passed out due to lack of oxygen, let alone having to live through 5 hours of flying time across the Pacific. But the daring journey also raising serious concerns about security that's now been defeated 3 times at 3 different airports across the U.S. within 5 months, including Phoenix, Newark, and now San Jose. Here with me now, Jonathan Gilliam, a former FBI special agent and former federal air marshal. Great to see you, Jonathan.
Good to be here.
So this is really scary to me. I mean, it's one thing that this kid survived, okay? So there's the medical side of the story. But to me, the security side of the story is so much more immense.
Right, and that's the part I think that people keep missing in all these different events. When it was in Newark, they were concentrating on the cost of the security. When it was in Phoenix, they were just talking about the guy that he was emotionally disturbed. But in all these cases, what I'm seeing from an attacker's point of view, from a targeting point of view, is people going and really accessing these airports and getting right to the airplanes, and in one case in Newark to the terminal with nobody seeing it.
So here's the amazing thing, that TSA, we are spending more and more and more taxpayer dollars for security. Since 2004, it was $3.5 billion. In 2013, it was up to $5.5 billion, and gross outlays really is $7.9 billion. Where's all that money going?
That's a good question. In Newark, $100 million for a security fence that evidently you can just climb over. So I really, awareness is something I harp on again and again. I feel like a doctor coming on and talking about awareness, but that is really the thing that everybody's defeating, whether it's terrorists or this 16-year-old or emotionally disturbed person. They're defeating the lack of awareness. That's the void that we need to fill, and that's free.
So while we're all taking off our shoes and our coats and not having liquids, here you have a teenager climbing over a fence,
Right.
And you fear that this could show terrorists how dry runs can happen.
I don't feel as though it could. I know that it has, and that's what they look at. I'm so surprised that nobody's tried to sneak a bomb into the wheel well of a plane. If it's this easy to get over and get into the wheel well, why would you even bother with a shoe or underwear to take on a plane? It doesn't make any sense. But tactically, they will figure this out eventually.
So you fear that we're putting all this money into the security on the front end, where passengers are coming through the security,
Right.
But that somehow there's a missing piece of the puzzle
Right.
on the perimeter.
When I was an FBI agent and I did special events, we always look for bottlenecks. And as an attacker being a SEAL, we look to exploit those bottlenecks. And that's what you have in airport. All the money is pushed into one place. All the security is pushed into one place. And then all you have to do is go to the other side of the airport and climb a fence. This is the problem with security and the way we do it in the United States versus Israel. Israel fills the cracks that they have, and they really do harden their defenses. Here, we just raise and spend massive amounts of money on bottlenecks, and meanwhile we have these huge cracks in our defenses.
And the reports today are that this teen is not even going to be charged, which is fascinating on so many other levels. Jonathan Gilliam, thank you so much for your insights.
Good to be here.